Hello and welcome. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my channel before now, and it's very kind of you to support me. I'm very grateful, and if you haven't already subscribed, please don't forget to click the button before I finish here, and then you'll be able to keep up to date with all my new projects. Welcome to my studio. This is where I do all my work, which sounds very fancy, but it's actually a spare bedroom. It has good light and plenty of space, so that's really what I need out of a workroom. This is the final part of the Puffin on velour project that I've been working on. There have been various stages up to now that I've actually shared with you. Quite an experimental piece, as I've always struggled with the velour paper up until now. I discovered that the real best pastels that work on the velour are the soft pastels, such as the Unison or Sennelier or the pan pastels applied with a soft sponge. And in the earlier videos it shows you a little bit about how I applied it. The pastel pencils will work on the top, and I found that both Caran d'Ache and the Pitt pencils worked. The Caran d'Ache is slightly softer. The Pitt pastels are quite firm and okay for doing details, but what does happen is if the pastel pencil is quite hard, it will make an indent into the velour paper, which isn't always something that you want. So I would suggest trying to stick to the softer pastel pencils if at all possible. I will show you the final job. We have Mr. Puffin here. As you can see, I have completed all the stages and actually put him into a mount. I hope that you can see, and move him up a little bit and move him around. The colours blended really nicely, and they've given him a very feathered feel to him and quite a lot of 3D effect, which I really like, especially around the eye. It does look like he's got a different shaped face than just a flat face there, so I'm really pleased with that. You will see that I've actually put it into a double mount, so there's actually two mounts going on around here. The idea is that if it's going to drop any pastel colour, it will drop into the first section and not affect the final picture towards the front of the frame. This was one of the things that I did discover. Having worked the pastel into the velour paper, I decided to give a try to just a little bit of a spray fixative to see exactly how well that would actually hold. Now, I did spray it very, very lightly with a Frisk pastel fixative, and what I actually found was that yes, it does hold the pastel onto the paper. However, it also darkens the colour, so I actually lost some of the nice white and pale highlights, and some of the darker colours also became quite dull. So once it had dried fully, I went back in and I actually retouched the pale colours and the brightness around his beak. So that's something to be aware of. I do usually spray my pastel work when I've worked over watercolour as a base, because it's on very firm paper, and one good spray usually holds the pastel on very well without changing the colour. However, the velour paper is a different beast altogether, so that's something I would warn you about. So have a look at the earlier projects. If there are any questions, please feel free to contact me. This little guy will be going hopefully to a new home very soon. He is earmarked to go to one of my outlets down in Anglesey in North Wales, a place where they have a lot of puffins. So hopefully he'll be heading off down there soon and finding a new home. Thank you again for joining me, and I look forward to sharing more projects with you soon. Thanks, bye.